According to published reports, Timothy Loman is now a part-time officer in southern Ohio.
So if you shoot and kill a 12-year-old black child from the window of a moving police car, you can be rehired. But if you peacefully kneel to protest said killing of that black child, you're forced to forfeit your career. Okay, just clarifying. This November 22nd will mark the 4-year anniversary of Tamir Rice's death. A death that was considered justified by the judicial system. A death that was deemed lawful. So lawful, in fact, that the officer responsible has just been rehired by a different police force in the very same state. Now here's the thing. How many times have you heard the saying, a few bad apples? Applied to officers who have engaged in misconduct.
There's been some bad apples out there.
Yeah, you got bad apples, but you got bad apples in every occupation.
Just like any business, you're going to have some bad apples.
They're out to protect you, and that's what policing's about. Are there bad apples? Yeah.
It's usually uttered in the same way you'll hear just a lone shooter or a one-off, etc., etc. Now, I have always tried to keep an open mind when discussing issues of policing because God knows it's a tough job. A job that demands you put yourself in harm's way for the safety of the people in this country. But not all cops are selfless individuals who only wish to protect and serve. And those are the ones often called bad apples. But when you look just a wee bit closer, you realize that those bad apples are often only temporarily removed from the batch to be promptly returned to another at a later date. So how can it be just a few bad apples when they are very rarely removed and all too often allowed to ruin the entire batch? Timothy Loman was recently hired part-time by the Bel Air Police Department, and the police chief defended his decision, stating he was cleared of any and all wrongdoing, he was never charged, it's over and done with. It's over and done with, huh? I wonder if Tamir Rice's mother would say that. The reality is that Loman has proven himself unfit to wear the uniform, and not only from his decision to use deadly force against a child within seconds of arriving on the scene. Before joining Cleveland's police force, Loman was forced to resign after a short stint with the Independence, Ohio PD, after he was deemed unfit to be an officer. In 2009, he also failed an exam given by the Maple Heights, Ohio Police Department, which he failed to disclose to the Cleveland Police Department. Time and time again, he has proven he is unfit for service, but yet here we are. And why? Well, because it's systemic. A report from the Washington Post looked into this issue in detail, finding that departments have often been forced to reinstate more than 450 officers after appeals required by union contracts. So while those very same departments claim it's just a few bad apples, the unions are the ones fighting behind the scenes to ensure those apples are re-entered into the system. But then if you're outraged over this and use your platform to draw attention to it, it can cost you your job. And before you rush to the disrespectful narrative, allow me to draw your eyes real quick to Kenny Stills, the Miami Dolphins player who emulated Kaepernick's protest, now working with law enforcement in his community to strengthen relations. Those protesting are doing their part to continue the conversation, so why are certain police departments furthering the divide by normalizing this violence? Come on over to my Instagram to chat more about this. If you agree or disagree, at Francis M. Maxwell. Make sure to become a member at tytnetwork.com/join. Did you like this video? Then great. Never miss another breakdown video by hitting the subscribe button below and ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new video.